Why Nigerians have been bashing the movie The Devil is a Liar. Nigerian entertainment company are not doing the work. They are not trying to educate themselves on things they don't know. They don't even want to accept that they don't know a lot of things. So this movie is about a woman in her late 30s, 39, um, desperate for a husband to settle down, to make her dead mom proud. Um, and she finally met a young guy who seemed nice, 8 years older, 8 years younger than her, and this man married her and was the best husband, except whenever she mentioned she wanted to have kids, and whenever he needed help with his business, her investing and giving him money. By the end of the day, he always collected the money, even though he always looked like he was not interested. They did a civil wedding, and the only family member of the guy that she knew was his cousin's sister. So this cousin sister of his was the only person. She was always nice to the woman. Whenever he behaved anyhow, she would call her and she would give her reasons why she thought her husband was behaving that way or her cousin was behaving that way. Finally, she had a girl. The girl grew up to about maybe 2 years. The husband was never part of that baby's life because of reasons unknown to me. Then she got pregnant for another baby and he asked her to terminate it or she would lose him. She asked her friend for advice. Her friend was like, you should keep it and lose him. But she decided to remove the baby and keep him. But in the process of removing the baby, it happened that the man colluded with the other doctors and they decided to perform a hysterectomy, remove her uterus without her permission so that she will not be able to get pregnant for him again. So she didn't know this was done anyway. One day they were getting back home, he got jealous after seeing the guy talking with her, and then he was driving and was distracted and they had an accident. So the baby girl died instantly and she found out she could not have more kids. Her husband's injuries were not severe, so and he never came to the hospital. When she went home, she didn't see any of her assets or her documents. The money her account was empty, so she traced her husband away. Someone sent her a text and she went there to see her husband with another fine girl kissing. So she got angry and used her car, hit the guy, even though that scene was badly shot. And he was rushed to the hospital. She was arrested for attempted murder. But then at the end of the day, they said she had to pay for it, the surgery, that they would take him to India. The cousin would stay with him. Even though the cousin was pregnant at the time, she opted to help out. So they took him to India and they said that he finally died. So she was tried for murder and she had to go to prison for some years. So in prison, she met bad women who were bullying her, and another friend taught her to stand for herself, and she stood for herself after learning boxing and biting, of course. And then finally, she came out of the prison. Then she found out that the husband was alive all along, and the children, everybody, they are living. The cousin is, in fact, his wife. They have two kids and happily married, and they were planning to leave the country. She then decided to actually kill him because she cannot be tried for the same crime. So she did that, made the wife transfer like 1 billion naira to her, and then she waited for the police to arrest her. That's about it. The reason for bashing it is because the story was not even well developed. We don't know if the reason why um what she experienced was because of her desperation for wanting to get married, because her desperation was not well established and it wasn't even carried on throughout the marriage, even though she said, oh, let her lose her baby and stay with her husband. But it wasn't well depicted. So the movie number one, the acting was very bad and it was glaring, and that's why people can easily tell, even though they have no knowledge of film production and everything, but they can tell that the acting was really bad. Look at this. Look at it's funny and it's not supposed to be funny. Look at this other scene. By way of orientation. Now look at this other scene. There are a lot of bad scenes in it. So that's why most people are like criticizing it because they know that it doesn't seem realistic. The videographer didn't do well. The colorist or the set manager, the person that is in charge of putting up a set that will complement the actors, knowing fully well that we're blacks and not everything goes. White people, wherever you shoot, you still see their faces, but with blacks, you have to be careful. Secondly, the costumes, oh my god, the choice of dressing were not really that good. Thirdly, I think they were trying to add some African vibe to the movie, which they didn't even depict well. I don't even know what's wrong with them. Chicket, the interior of the vacation spot. What was that? I don't know. It wasn't aesthetic to me. If you don't have eye for these things, you can easily go and learn. The acting was very poor. There was no script reading, obviously, and there was no practice for scenes that needed boxing, that needed fighting. The editor as well. That accident scene. This is 2025. By now, you shouldn't be doing blackouts in accidents. You should learn. That's even the most basic thing you see in other movies like American or Korean movies. They can easily do it. So why not just call one to teach you how to do it instead of blacking me out? The second one, the one where the one where she hit her husband. You still did. I don't know how you did that. Even though they tried, because I think he jumped from one car to another one. That one they tried a little bit, but please, people should do better. The character development bad. Fraud, no true depiction of how it was done. We never even saw the suitcase to begin with. Don't blindside us like that and assume that we know what's going on. You're supposed to show us. Show us everything relevant to the story. Don't show us irrelevant things like how he shot his sex tape. What was the point of that scene? What? So it was a very bad made movie. I don't know how it got as far as it did. Me, I wouldn't even write such a stupid movie. And I wouldn't. Hey, the hair they put on her after the sentence. I don't get it, honestly. I don't get it. Also, if two people are supposed to act lovers, there's supposed to be some sort of chemistry test. It's not just everybody. Yeah, I'm talking about the guest acting. The guy's acting is worse even. I don't even want to go there. But like, it's not everybody that you just bring to act a romantic scene. They should have some sort of chemistry. Also, people should even practice what they want to act. There was a part where he wanted to lay her hair down. It was very artificial. It wasn't even really looking good. And he didn't even know how to do it. You lay your head down and you look better that way. I know you people like learnt it from American movies or Korean movies, but you don't have to replicate that if it doesn't work. Even if you want to replicate it in a Nigerian way. If people even wanted to do the whole African vibe, maybe you would have done it with their hair. We have a lot of creative hairstyles and also with attachments. I don't know why I had to use the wig that didn't even fit the situation. So that they couldn't take in head, the prison room, two phones. Like what the hell is all those things? People just got more people to make it look real. Like, thank God we saw some prisoners, but it didn't really make sense. Okay, you didn't really have to show that the water fetching side. And how will they push someone person be crying a grown up like that? Do you get? So the development, I can't say what kind of person she is because you didn't develop your character well. At the end of the movie or whatever you're showing us, we're supposed to tell, oh, this kind of person she is, oh, this kind of person he is. Do you get? We can't say all those things because they're acting. You didn't even think about character development. People should work on that, work on that, work on that. And execution. You choose the wrong actors. Look for talent. What the hell was that? Beg, I'm tired.